Alright, now we're going to set up the distance debugging tool. Um, since last time, I have gone ahead and moved the event begin play and set up sequence node because I don't want to use event tick. So we can get started. Now what we need to do is set up another timer. So get another one of those. Plug that up. So that's going to be the first thing that fires. Set time to 1 and click the looping boolean. That way it repeats itself over and over. Go ahead and create another variable called last location. I'm going to set that here. It'll set. There we go. And now to actually set in a location, we need to get the player character. We need to get its location since we need a vector. Like I said before, we're using actor location a lot. And so what's happening is whenever you start playing your game, this timer is going to trigger every single second, and it's going to set the player character's actor location into this vector variable. So now we need to copy these. Okay. Pull out this last location. Now we need to subtract the last stored location from the player's current actor location. So subtract vector from vector. Okay. And since we're going for distance, we have to search for a node that does that. And luckily there is one called vector length. So that's going to give us a float value. So now this other variable, we have total distance, make that variable, and it's float variable, which is good because we're going to add these two together. So that's not right. That's right. I don't like my wires crossing, so well, it'd be nice if it plugged in. There we go. Okay, now we need to set this. Oh, now you might be thinking, how are we going to trigger this? So, go back up here into this timer. We need to set a function name. So, I like to call it distance traveled. Alright, still not able to set this. So, what we need to do now is right click, type in custom event. You're going to give it the same exact name as you typed in function name because that timer is going to trigger this event. So now every time this timer fires, all of this is going to play out. So we're still not done. Almost. We need to set this last location again. We do that from right here. So, actually no, we do it from the actor location. Yeah. And now we're almost done. This would work, but we wouldn't be able to see anything on the screen. So right click and type in print string. Plug this up. Still need a few more things, so right click and type build string. We're going to get the float version of this. Plug in the return value. You can get the total distance that's been stored, and we're going to divide it by 100. That way the value that we get isn't ridiculously large and will be in the correct units that we need. And we're almost done. We need a pin to distance traveled. And make sure to stick spaces at the end of these, otherwise they're all going to be cramped together. All the strings are going to be cramped together. And then units for the suffix. Okay. I'm sorry for the noise. And you can see that our tool is working. I'm sorry for that noise. I'm going to go unplug that fire input because I feel like I'm just assaulting everybody's ears every time that happens. So, but you can see now that the tool is working. You're getting however many units you need. So, actually going to go up here actually, oh, it's up here. Set that to about 5 because that's really excessive. And you can just go ahead and unplug this touching ground because you don't need that printing every time, because you'll know if you're not on the ground because the in the air string will fire off. So that is it for the distance debugger. This is a completely optional step, but it helps if you're really analytical about everything and you want to know how far you're teleporting later. It helps you set your teleport distance. So, but that's it for this video. I hope that you learned something with the distance debugger and the ground trace. So these are just 2 tools to help you out whenever we start getting into the really ridiculous stuff with the actual teleportation. So, my name's James Emery, and I'll see you next time.